Hey guys, I have a 2v2 game for you today on Badlands. This should be a great match. It is very high ranking players. This is Pachuriko and Luxy with Zock and Crazed Chariot. All 2K and above. On the southern side, it is Crazed Chariot and Luxy going UEF and Aeon. On the northern side, it is Zock and Pachuriko, Aeon and UEF as well. So this is going to be pretty much the perfectly even matchup on a really good map. Should be a whole lot of fun. I am going to bump up the speed. This is another longish replay, about 45 minutes to an hour, I believe. But it should be a good one considering the players that are in it. Should see a lot of solid gameplay. We do have first air and first bomber for Luxy. The northern team does not have air in the works till second air for Pachuriko, it looks like. Luxy's going to pull off a brilliant little bit of micro and snipe off two engineers with that. Zock doing the proper thing and shutting down his land factory to produce a couple of anti-air units, as well as Pachuriko. There's going to be two engineer kills and forcing the northern team to build 4 anti-air early game. So I think that is going to be worth it for Luxy, even though you can see what first bomber does to your economy. That build is brutal. There is a flare making its way around the back. I don't know if it's an amazing thing about Badlands or an annoying thing about Badlands. I guess both. Some more bombers coming in here for the northern team. Run-bys are quite popular around the backside here. If you fail to see them coming around the edge, you might not see them until they do what this one is about to do and pop up right in the back of your base, sniping off your engineers and your mexes. Really quite annoying. That engineer could have potentially... There he is. Reclaim that and not take any losses. This engineer here managed to build a land factory up on the hilltop. There's 2 mechs on each side on top of an unclimbable plateau. Quite handy to get control of that because you can build mobile missile launchers or T3 mobile artillery up here and bombard these corner bases here. Pretty successful run by there for Crazed Chariot, but I think that tank is going to get chased down. Luxy has decided on the walls option. It looks like spam on the left and walls on the right. Zock going heavy tech. He has already reclaimed about 1,400 mass and has 42 mass income solid, which looks to be the highest of any of the players. Crazed Chariot just jumped to 47. Massive expansion for both of these players. This is going to be the economy powerhouse right here. And both players are UEF. This is like watching a mirror image. T2 land factory up. We are going to see Sparkies. This unit does not get nearly enough love. T2 tank dropped in the back here by Luxy. That was a pretty cool little move. He's killed. I believe an Obsidian can one-shot a T1 Max. And he has killed 3 so far. I'm going to try to catch this one. Coming in. Brutal alpha damage on that tank. Did not quite kill it in one shot. He is going to go back and get it, though. Bombers out for Pachuriko trying to deal with that thing. Again, the run by is on the backside. Looks like Zock is still master of tech. He's now got 2 more support factories. He has thrown up a tack launcher. He has 3 in the chamber. But I do see a lot of tack defense on the southern side. Tack launchers are pretty common on this map, so people do play preventatively, if at all possible. Zock throwing up a shield, anti-air, and point defense. Try to protect his ACU from snipes. Since there is an Aeon player on both teams, once they get that T2 factory up, mercies are an option. So it will be essential to keep anti-air with you or to have a decent amount of interceptors. As of yet, it does not look like any tier 2 air is on the field, although a lot of bombers. Alright, I'm going to bump this down just a little bit and take a look at what the players are doing. Luxy, 49 mass income. He has no upgrades on his ACU whatsoever. Pachuriko looks like he has tier 2. Zock has tier 2. And Crazed Chariot also has tier 2. So we're seeing a theme here. It appears that the northern team has air control pretty handily. We do have a tier 2 air factory out for the UEF. Zock has gotten a tier 2 transport with which I assume he is going to move some units. It'll be interesting to see how he chooses to use that. He has an awful lot of pillars. I imagine those are going to get airlifted somewhere. T3 land for Luxy. I believe that is the first T3 on the field. And he has pulled out a mobile artillery, 2, and then a T3 engineer. He is going to bring artillery to the front here and try to bombard this from a distance. This is going to get hairy. There are quite a few pillars in this group and a whole lot of Lobos. That has a ton of damage potential. With some careful maneuvering, that many Lobos might actually be able to drop that nice shiny new T3 land factory, but no, he is going to run by and sweep around the back again. T3 land as well for Pachuriko. Once that T3 jump is made, all of the players kind of jump in that boat, especially when you have UEF on the field. UEF T3 is just so strong. It's once the UEF player jumps to T3, you have to be able to push a counter to that. And a Percival. That is an odd choice. I would have dropped the 6 pillars before I dropped a Percival, because this is just going to overkill everything. There is a T3 land factory up here, probably for pushing T3 mobile artillery, like I was mentioning before. Because the T3 mobile artillery up here reaches like this, all the way around this top side. Well worth the mass to throw up 2 or 3 up there. Harbies Well, one Harpy dropped and one Harpy built here are going to take care of that Percival. A lonely Percival is not a good thing. The alpha damage that makes it so awesome in groups is also what makes it so terrible as a single unit. Harbingers do much better versus spam. As you can see, a little bit of micro, they're incredibly fast, and that high fire rate does wonders. I would be curious. I'd like to know if the Harbinger can run fast enough and has a high enough turn rate to actually dodge a Percival shot. That would be interesting to find out. Luxy has this T3 artillery, and you can see if you push the T3 artillery to the tip here, he is going to be able to hit that entire northern base. Sneaky tier 2 air factory in the back. This has not been scouted by the northern team at all. And it looks like he's going pretty heavy on the fighter bombers. T3 air has not hit the field yet. So fighter bombers will be able to hold their own as long as you have a little bit of interceptor cover. Zock is airlifting his Percivals. They're such slow units, sometimes they can benefit from the help. Luxy trying so hard for that run by, but strategically placed Percivals up here, and they are going to get cut off. Zock now has 12 on the field. That is a pretty solid number. It's going to take a major force to take on this group of Percivals. Crazed Chariot may have overtaken Zock in mass. It says 207, but I have to think that he may be pulling some steady reclaim from somewhere. No, that is a solid number. 209 mass income with no assistance. Zock. Still running neck and neck. This is an unusual sight up here as well. Got another drop on the right here, but that is going to be denied by Harbies and a shield, I think. No? Ah, Percy strong. Not broadswords, spearheads. Spearheads are a very interesting and underutilized unit. They have very good reach and pretty high damage, and this 3-shot group of tac missiles will actually kill a TMD. Because there's so many shots so close together, it does do a pretty good job of overwhelming tac missile defense. Oddly enough, we're at 25 minutes now, and I don't see any tier 4 started. And also, we are missing... There has not been a transition to T3 air. I don't think. All I'm seeing is T2. Looks like Zock has pulled back into the lead mass-wise. And Pachuriko is also ahead of Luxy, so the northern team solidly ahead in income. T3 mobile artillery down here under this shield trying to deny these. Aeon does have an advantage with their T3 mobile artillery though, because Aeon can fire on the move. So you can be running around right here and dodging arty fire, and the Aeon artillery will still maintain its full rate of fire as long as you're not turning too quickly. Six T2 gunships down here for Crazed Chariot. I've been waiting to see a drop, but I have not seen one yet. Continental. There's the T3 Air Factory loading up Percivals on this Continental. Interceptors coming in trying to take it out. They may actually be successful on this one, but overall, Continentals do have extremely good anti-air on them. And that recharging shield is just a killjoy. This Continental now has effectively 50% more HP free just because of that shield recharge. Those things can hold 6 Percies at once. Crazed Chariot has also made the jump. That is going to put ASF on the field now. Massive amount of assistance on that. Pachuriko has started producing ASF as well. Now we're going to see an air fight. This is going to start to get critical. GC out for Luxy. I missed that. He must have built it over to the side here. In between now and the last time that I checked. Fat Boy coming up for Zock. And the Fat Boy is going to be an amazing choice because he has plenty of Percivals. He will be able to kill that Galactic Colossus if it wanders too close. And with all of the Percivals that he has to front for this, that is going to be a brutal distance weapon. He will be able to just mow down this side pretty easily. The only thing that may put a damper on it is the amount of T1 artillery. That is going to fall the T3 mobile. Having these mixed in with his force though, Crazed Chariot is going to force wasted shots on these Percivals up here. That'll be 1400 damage overkill. The Fat Boy is up, and they have seen it. Gonna run away helter-skelter trying to get out from under that fire and not feed veterancy to the Fat Boy. GC moving to the mid as well. As of right now, as long as Zock keeps his units together, I don't think that the South has enough to kill that Fat Boy, but the further he extends this Fat Boy, the more at risk it is. We have broadswords coming from Crazed, and the GC, that was critical. I can't believe Zock did that. He had all of his Percivals up here and just threw the Fat Boy away to the front. That was not good. Not good at all. Fat Boy's strength is its range. It cannot handle close encounters. I have a Fat Boy online for Crazed Chariot now. Zock is throwing his own up, and he also has a lot of T3 mobile artillery. He has the eco to build all the things, so why not? There is a nuke out for Luxy. This has definitely entered the T4 stage of the game. We have 400 plus eco for 2 different players. Zock apparently has tipped over the 500 mark for income, pushing T4s for all they're worth. Fat Boy versus Fat Boy, but there's a lot of sniper bots and a lot of mobile artillery that is going to drop that Fat Boy down. Although Zock has lost his shield. Broadswords coming in so much damage on those. Nowhere near enough shields and air to deny that. Well, I think we can all say we've been strap bomber sniped, but I'm not sure if we can all say we've been broadsword sniped. Well, with the 500 mass income gone, Pachuriko taking the quick exit, and that is game over. Massive, massive economy. Can't believe Zock pulled over 500 mass in 37 minutes on Badlands. That is pretty impressive. Well played, both teams. And thanks for watching, guys.